Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Josephine. Saona we anyo. Papa Morel.
Good evening, folks. Samson to La Bropa Burrito. Just bear with us here as we try to put a few things together here again tonight. I want to thank all of you for tuning into La Bropa Burrito. Those of you that are tuning in, we say thank you very much for more frame up. Thank you, my brother. Again, here we are. We're doing our best here. But do us a favor. Do us a favor. Big favor. Those of you that are watching, please share this video. Share it to as many brothers and sisters as you can. Once again, so they can troop in to come and watch us while we have this conversation about our country. Beautiful, beautiful conversation, to be honest with you. Please share this video. Share it to as many people as possible. The Liberal is here again tonight, and we'll do our best. I want to thank all of you again tonight for tuning in to the Liberal on LPR. Thank you very much. There's a lot and lots of stuff we have to cover here tonight. I hope we don't get disturbed. I hope we don't get people coming who are not supposed to come in our show. Only people who were invited are allowed. This is the Liberal show. I am the Liberal. Conservative Liberal. Whatever Liberal you think I am, I am. I want to thank all of you on a very serious note. Thank you very much for tuning in tonight again. Just share this show, share it to as many people as possible. We have some wonderful, wonderful conversation with you here tonight, and we will be discussing it. Some beautiful, beautiful things happening back home, and we'll try to showcase those. And we'll also showcase those that we have concern with as well. Again, Samson Tour, Labra Rito. Thank you very much. Excuse me 1 minute. 1 minute. No. All right. I'll call you to bring my juice later. Anytime I see my Esther here, so I will not drink juice right now. When I see her there, I'll start drinking my juice. So she can take her Tylenol. Tabata will be at the best. Will be at its best tonight. Samson Tour, folks, again, thank you very much. To invite people. You see, that's why everyone will go back home ready to eat. We can invite the people. You're gonna eat. That is same thing here. Y'all invite the people. You're gonna watch the Liberal. Let's watch it. Fine Liberal. Yeah, my people. I say, I too fine. Yeah. What? Yeah. My Mary son, you found. Yeah. Who can put forward you when it comes to farming? Eh? Nobody. You too fine. You too fine. You too fine. Yeah. Begin. You found. Yeah. You say you fine, go put forward. Other people now, you can't even walk, say you say you fine. But I don't care for walking. I can still sit and still be fine. Eh? And so? I can let down and still be fine. And it's all. Fine, they're fine. You don't gotta walk. Yeah, my daughter come here. My daughter come here. Let me start all the you because my daughter here now. I gotta be serious. Again, folks, thank you for tuning in. Josh, thank you, Vera. Vera, thank you very much for joining again tonight. We're here to have a conversation with everybody else. Some of the good thing that is happening, some good, but we will talk about it. Because it's our job to come out here, even if it's good, we still talk about it. If it's bad, we talk about it. So that our people will be able to understand from our perspective, that is. So I want to thank all of you again. I tell you, my daughter, thank you. That Vera said, that Vera they got maybe they one got maybe fresca. Now my daughter they got maybe fresca. She said nobody can put for. Vera, you're killing me. But anyhow, let's go on. Let's go on. Safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening. We want to thank you for the opportunity to even share life. We want to thank you for the opportunity to be here again tonight. We want to thank you for the opportunity for our brothers and sisters to be with us here again as well. Lord Jesus, only you. Through you, everything's possible. Those who don't know you will say, come and try. The prayer works well. Continue to pray. Wait for his time and you will laugh the last laugh. Yes, that's what he does. He gives. Very merciful. Very, very merciful. Many of us, if I was doing was on TV, if I was doing what in the hands of other people, if I was doing what in the hand of the government, oh my goodness, they won't even deport us here. They will put some of us, put us on a starship and deport us on other planet. But because our doing and our self and our lives are in the hand of the Almighty. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what color you are. Come, put your life in His hand, and He will guide you. Oh, Jesus, thank you for that wonderful, wonderful message again tonight. We want to thank you. We want to say thank you for everything. My Lord, we ask that the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the people of the Republic of Liberia be blessed, that the President of the Republic of Liberia be blessed. Whatever he touches in the interest of the law, Jesus Christ, of course, in the interest of the Liberian people. Yes, my Lord, you will bless his hand, we ask. We ask that whichever door he knocks in the interest of the Liberian people, that indeed you will open the door. Extend his life, touch his hand, give him wisdom, guide him to do what is good for our people. My Lord, we want to thank you for everything. For those brothers and sisters that for whatever reason they are unable to join us tonight, step in, guide the process. We put those brothers and sisters in your hands. My Lord, we ask that the United States of America, the host country, be blessed. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, that's how we do it, folks. You make it. You see what he said, God is with me. You said God when you they are praying, then you said that rapping. Okay. If they're rapping, they're rapping. And don't worry about it. Folks, we want to thank you very much. That's how we do it here. We open a door for God to guide us and bless us as we come out here to discuss issue affecting our brothers and sisters. And the reason here is I will be talking Tabata. But with all that, I believe this is what I said to you. When I come before the camera, I can't lie to you for over 2 hours straight. It's not possible. It's not humanly possible. I can lie to you maybe 5, 10 minutes. But I can't lie continuously. It's hard. Yeah, this is who I am. The face, yeah, ain't got no shit face. It right before you. Eh? If I said something yesterday that was not right today, I will come and eat crow. What you will do to me if I say I'm wrong? If I say me I made mistake. You know, one of the things I always say, people who say you make mistake, it make you stronger. Then I say, oh me, I never made mistake. You're weak. I say so. But let me go on. Let me go on, folks. Yeah, George will talk about it, but maybe you might not like the talking point that I have for that groundbreaking today. It's a wonderful thing to happen. We praise God and we thank God for President Bakai. Whatever it is, however way it turns out, it's a structure that will be there that was never there before. Whichever way they put it, which as long as functional, it's a structure that is there now that will be there that was never there before. However, the purpose must be discussed. And this, I'm saying to you, we are here to discuss tonight. But let me say the first thing first. They coming when I open my mouth, they will start coming now. All the sedition, they will start coming. Your watch and see you. Today, the president, the wonderful president ever. This is what Mr. So want to fire me. President Baka, President Baka, the wonderful, wonderful father of the nation. Without you, we're going nowhere. President Baka, help us, rescue us. The rescue king of the king, the rescue king of the king. Thank you for rescuing us. Continue to do your job, President Baka. President Waka, President Waka from Luffa County, the smarter people besides the people from Cape Mount. Luffa County is the second smarter people in the Republic of Liberia. President Waka, I say thank you, thank you. They will soon come and people just watch and they say, "Oh, that family singing again." They will soon send, they will soon send them. But yeah, the thing here, President Waka said rice price going down. Those of who let Pusawa went down. President, I'm dancing for President because Pusawa going down. I was soon be going to like, bro. Pusawa price going down. All the President, Pusawa price went down. So if the Pusawa price go down, why would they charge me $10 per plate in some of the restaurants that people used to go to in Monroe? President Wakai. Then there are people complaining, hey, the price went down, but the other side, that your business? I said, go mind your own business. The president said the price went down, then you won't happy. You can't come and say the price went down. But on the other hand, what other hand? How many hand you got? How many hand you got? Well, keep your other hand. Where you going with our other hand? President Waka. Folks, tonight, that tabata. President Waka. Eh? The man said price going down. Then what kind of price? Eh? They say price going down. But who's selling otherwise? I got my 10 bag before if I want. Do you best like business? The president said rice price going down. Then he said, maybe what's about the importer? Don't worry about what happened between the president and the importer. The thing about it, Liberians gonna pay $10. I'm gonna pay the price gonna go down. What are the subsidies? What are the subsidies? What are the whatever it is, the price going down. President Bakar says so. And here's the very interesting thing here. President Bakar is quite aware of the issue of right business in Liberia. No question asked. The man used to serve captain in PRC government. So he is quite aware of the history of price of rice in Liberia. PRC government came to power in 1980. 1979 rice price came. You think how old was President Bakar? Oh, I'm gonna sit down here. I'm gonna sit down here. Hey, the man too old. Huh? Price going down. Hey, the man can't even sleep all the time. Hey, price going down. Oh, the man said the man can't even walk. Hey, price going down. Oh, the man went $500,000 shoe. Oh, the price going down. President Wakai. And that one more come sit down here and listen to you. I beg you, man. The price is going down. Executive order from Town. The price is going down. You know, this is good. We will soon be getting into a holiday season. Hmm? So they're laying the groundwork. So you see, hey, when I tell you again, they'll get vest. The president months ago, he asked people a committee. Good evening to you, Moses. Thank you. He put a committee together and said, "You go step." You see, President Baka don't just get and do things like I don't want to touch that one because I just got through praying. I'll not touch that one tonight. The President Baka, I'll not even comparing with anybody tonight. Yeah, good evening, good evening. Clary, I was looking for you yesterday. I don't see you. Huh? So, Joyce, you 20-year-old, 1980. So, what you want me to say now? You were in PRC government too? Okay. But President Baka, he ain't let them, he can't, because the men from Lofa County, how many times I will tell you the thing? Lofa people, they smart. Vi people, number one. According to me, according to me. And what you say, what is that statistic? It's a statistic from Total. You can't care for me to answer what is data. Data in Total. The data in Total. Smart people in Liberia. Vi people. Very, very smart. Very, very intelligent. Lofa County. Eh? You don't play with their book business. You don't play. Eh? Then when they can't complain, the old President Waka got all the people from the but why the local people they smart? Yeah, they think you need to do. Let me address that one a little bit. Let me address that one. Ain't like brother say dress, that means dress. Let me address that one a little bit. Okay. When y'all are going to school, when you and Lama man, you and Lofa man, you and Lofa boy, you're getting class together. Who can do the class? Tell me now. Tell me. Who above people in the class in terms of studying and passing the test? Huh? A crewman, a crewman. Who else? I mean, I beg you, man. A lofa man. Va man, lofa man, Niba. Three outstanding scholars in Liberia history. Go around here. Even here, I'm not playing around. Go here in the diaspora and start looking at among us. Where you come from? I'm from Nima County. Go check them up. Smart. Where you come from? I'm from Nova County. Go check them up. Smart. Where you come from? I'm from Kema County. Go check them out. They're not cartoon pusher, medical doctors, lawyers, educators. Nova County. And when you come to we the cartoon pusher then. And I'm telling you the truth. Everybody you want to stay and say, look, what kind of man is it? Eh? So, let's go on. So, President Baka, to tell you how smart that man is, and I don't let to hide anything. Ain't Walter Carter was here last night accusing me of dishonest host. Then you can't again tonight. I will open the line for you. Then you can't tell me how dishonest I am. When you come here, come in a dishonest hole, you make me feel good. You think. Let me go. I will not even address it. I will even, don't worry about it. Who say you can't put yourself into my conversation here tonight? You calling George, 20-year-old now. Who that your business? But let me deal with this. So, okay? President Waka is not like any other person. He's too smart for all of us. He's too smart for all of us. What? Who invited him? If you not let me talk my own small man. I beg you, but let me bring her in so she will help me and dance for the President Waka, President Waka, President Waka, the man of the hours. Whether you like it or not like it, price went down. Whether they say the men pay on the ground or you bribe people, price went down. That the player will come from you say, come by. Like bring people stomach full. They will come follow you to go hungry again.
Hungry lion.
Why enough of people coming to my what kind of business they are? Oh,
Oh,
all the smart lofa people just coming one by one, one by one. Your man, I can't put saying my Gary here tonight, my lofa Gary, I beg you. So, what you like bring people more full, their stomach full. They will come vote you in again so they can go hungry. Look at what I said. You see that? You see what I'm talking about? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Martina Geko, and I cannot drink it.
Sorry. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Price going down. Liberian rice going down. No more rice striking. We're not gonna get 1979. It's not happening on the president watch. Then if you counter will say he subsidized. So what? Then they say, oh, maybe he bribed people. So what? the price of rice is going down. We will eat until we. Some of who like to eat. Let me not go there too much. But let me welcome my panelists here tonight. Kotu, thank you for joining me. Sissy Goya, thank you for joining me. No, on a very serious note. Ever since I left the barracks in 1971, when I was in the barracks, I was young, but most of my friends, when they say barracks, that crying Loma and Pele. We got Pele ball, we got Loma ball, we got Gizi ball. We never really call each other name. We just call them ball, Loma ball, you know. But the thing about it, there was two brothers that really, really got to me. Two brothers. I will not call their name because they're most likely older now and they're watching maybe. But there was the two brothers. Their mom was selling right across the barrier, and she was selling while the older boy was going to LU. If it were not for LU business, Tape. Did I say Tape? I'm sorry. That boy would have been playing for Lone Star. But very good player, good football player. But a man said that LU. The other boy, they call it, I will not call it. Here, all we used to go to Pressing Compound Elementary School. You were dosing everywhere. Then I ran away from them because my own I was not dosing. So I went to GWGC where I can play football and still pass my class. Folks, look, on a very serious on a very serious, Malcolm, thank you for joining me. Sissy, thank you for joining me. Man, let's hear what's on your plate this evening, and then we can bring Sissy.
Thank you, Mr. To, and I want to appreciate your compliment. And I like people who stand for what they are. There will be some people would not compliment others for what they stand for, but because of some reason, their identification or background, they will based on that not to recognize other people. And I want to thank you for that, and also for the prayers. That you always pray. And everything, God is the center of everything that we do. Is the head, the center, and the tail of everything we do. And I appreciate that every time you pray for the show. We're going to scatter a little bit, and I know it ain't going to be an easy one. What the main thing I know my president is already doing well is overstatement if I even talk about it, because my expectation is what I'm meeting, and I didn't expect less of that from him. So my expectation is what I'm saying. But what on my plate for the number one is what I the
If
defendant.
it catching you like that, then the president doing good. If it catching you to come on,
No,
like
you even
the
know you're
president
gonna
doing
get
good.
mad with me. What the main thing that touching my heart right now is
Yeah.
Kofa, our former speaker,
Hmm.
coming out to justify what they have as evidence. I was saying that all around, including you, I, Mr. To, you said that the people didn't have evidence for this case, for the accusation. Oh, for in fact, the case is a garbage and all of that. Then on Sunday today, I went to listen to a sound lawyer telling me the evidence they gather didn't meet the requirement that he requires as a lawyer. I am not a lawyer, so I don't
Evidence from who? From the press, from the government side, or from Kufa side?
from the prosecutor. Then they got a defendant. I'm sorry. I know their terminology, so if I'm missing it, sorry. I'm not right now. I really would not go that way because I hate law so bad. I don't go in analyzing them so much. But according to him, the evidence. I don't know whether you haven't seen that. I have it here. If you want me to read it, I will go to it. Saying that the evidence that was gathered is not what a name he gave it. If you know it, so say I beg you. I really do not know the lawyer.
He said it was a fruit of a poisonous tree.
First, okay, personal fruit of the personal tree, right? I
Yeah.
compare it with Adam and Eve. The fruit that was delivered, she was told not to eat the food, and she was either decide to eat the fruit, and it became personal. Okay, I'm looking at that from a lawyer standpoint. Evidence is evidence. Did you do the act or not? Whether somebody was spying you and coming to report it, that's not what matters. Did you do the act? Whether somebody listening to your conversation, did you do it or not? That's what matters to us.
Okay.
And
So
I
from,
thought that was just, that was just not genuine enough from him. I thought I was like letting people come and bring some raw evidence for him that he would be exonerated from this case, but to the level it's going, I'm getting scared for him.
okay.
I'm not a lawyer, that's why I would not go into detail. But for that, I find it serious.
Thank you.
I find it serious.
I thought you had a top out that Kofa then
And
case.
for the rights, that is something that I knew my president was going to do.
Thank you.
My
Thank you.
expectation was just met, and I know we're going to maybe get it to a lower price. For the way today, as we're speaking today, the agriculture minister is in Dakar. On the
To get a peanut butter with rice, that what we're gonna eat now?
oh God. No, the thing is, you're not only going to focus on rice. There are other people.
So what am I going to Dakar for? To bring peanuts so we can eat peanut butter with rice?
No.
Okay.
You see what happened there is now they're going to be getting for him. The man was lecturing on rice production. They need it for him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you see, now we're going to be
with all the rocking out in our how they were playing the red. They got to move to town.
No, the thing is, we saw it in Russia. That today we saw it in Germany where they could not.
Those places, even when they get red, it can snow. It don't snow in Senegal.
Yeah, but the technology was developed, so you can.
Okay, I agree. It doesn't matter what kind of cow caca they get from the United States. It can't help Senegalese.
Well, why would they need him? Why would he go there to speak on that?
No, he went to
agriculture is a vice era.
Okay,
It doesn't necessarily have to be rice production that he has to talk on.
Okay.
But he's there today, and what he doing? He's selling Liberia, and that's what we want to see. Going out there, get other strategy, get other technology, in farming. I think that's what he's doing there to see what technology can be performed if it is even grampy making. That Liberia can also invest on that level and make money out of it. We eat a lot of grampy soup in Liberia.
We do.
Why can't we, and we go to Guinea and other places to buy peanuts?
Yeah.
Why can't we grow it and make money out of it?
I'm for Guinea Neo. Why are you coming and say Grumpy Sue and Guinea now?
No, I'm saying we go there to buy peanuts.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, we buy peanuts there.
Let me go to Sese. Sese, good evening. Thank you for joining me. What's on your plate, sir? You're muted. You're muted. Yeah, you're still muted.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
The grumpy Sue was choking me, so we're rocket rest with grumpy Sue. I don't get problem. I swear to God. This is a rocket. The point I'm putting on the red.
Yeah, oh my.
Rice. We need a soup for the rice.
Grumpy Sue, let me tell you that. Our daughter and I used to grumpy Sue, so you bring out one of the daughter start stabbing it, bro. I've been saying my own.
Oh my goodness.
I've been saying that. I came to listen. It's been a long time. Sorry for my voice. I'm still under the weather, but it's been a while I came on. But I thought I just brought a point, and usually Kofa and I'm a cup of tea. But on this one, we disagree with Koto. There is a difference between being acquitted of a crime and being innocent of a crime. So it makes the law what the law is. There are procedures. If you don't follow a procedure, even here in the United States, there are evidences that can be ruled inadmissible in a court of law because of the way you got it. And that's what Kofa was talking about. Everybody that goes to court here that is said now guilty doesn't mean innocence. Not guilty does not equate to innocence. When you go to courthouse, I am there to prove, to get folks to say I am not guilty. What Kofa spoke about was the Liberian government, and if this is true, we got to wait and see what happens. But if this is true, then I agree with Kofa that the evidence should be thrown out. What Kofa alleges is that the government of Liberia got into some phones, some of the phones that they seized from these people that they allege were suspects. They took the phones to NSA, and NSA folks were able to hack into the phones in December. But then the Republic of Liberia, the prosecutors, got a warrant to conduct the searches of those phones in January after already entering the phones in December. Therefore, in law, anything that comes from that illegal search, that entire illegal search, that tree is poisonous. Whatever fruit comes from there, whether you found Kofa standing with a gas in your hand and you light the fire, that is the fruit of a poisonous tree. That is law, even here in the US and everywhere. That is why when the police pull you over, they don't just jump into your car. There has to be probable cause for them to search your car. If they don't have probable cause, there are people here in Minnesota, drugs dealers have been let go because the police did not have probable cause and they entered the vehicle and saw bags of marijuana. The search was illegal. Therefore, all of the fruit of the search is illegal. And so I agree with Kofa on that. I don't think this is a moral conversation. If it's on morality, we're talking about Kofa, you did it or you didn't do it. This is a moral argument. This is not a moral argument. It's a legal argument. And as a lawyer, he's just laying a case. And I agree with him. If it is true, then I think that the evidence is going to be thrown out of court, which is the law. That's all that's have to establish.
Thank you. I try to stay away from Kofa issues as much as I can because my relationship with he's a friend. But on this one, say I want to speak both sides of my mouth as usual. I'm very much good at that. On one hand, Kofa is pretty much teaching law, pretty much showing these people how inept they are. On the other hand, Kofa should not do that. They have nothing on him. What are they got the evidence illegally, but he put in Liberia on the map. I agree with that one. But for me, I say he shouldn't even argue that. Let's go to court. And his lawyer will argue if they want to. But he should not be the one to stop teaching that process.
No, let's get this right. It was his lawyers that argued that in court today. He was just speaking about it outside of court when he was asking questions.
But even
the lawyers did. The lawyers were the one that pleaded there in court.
Even as that, he shouldn't let the people out of the hook. Let the lawyer say, okay, that's the evidence you got, because the evidence from all indication, it's not going anywhere. They were most likely defeated anyhow. But if you defeat the evidence based on what you just explained, acquittal does not equate to how do you call it, innocent.
To innocence? No, it doesn't.
Yes.
We acquitted O.J. Simpson here. Did it mean he was innocent?
He said, if I did it, he wrote a book. If I did it, and Kofa can come back to and say, if I did it. But anyhow, no, on a very serious note, I think Kofa and his people should stay out of that realm. Bring it up for young law students so they will know these things cannot happen. Okay? But if he comes out and he and his lawyer are successful to get the whole case thrown out because of flimsy evidence, that does not stand good for his character. I mean, meaning Liberian, you frown because you are an educated person. You frown because you are an educator. I'm speaking from Town. I don't know book. So the man say, somebody didn't bring good evidence. The evidence was there, but he said he got it the right way. Now, you see where I'm going with this? And people will always he's going to win the case anyway. I give you an example on my own. So some young kid in Liberia, in total, they decided he and my uncle there, everybody because they believe, and I in total again. I left total for so many years, and I'm a member of that community anymore. So they took my father's land and gave it to him. So I told this young man, I think I told this story so many times. I told this young man, look, you on the farm, you finish planting cocoa and all those kind of things. Just give me $1 a year, and I will let you stay there for 30 years so that you'll be able to get back your money, whatever you spend. But I don't let you say, I'm doing it. Go to court. So we went to court in Zwadru, and we brought witnesses. Besides the deed that I have, we brought witnesses. There are 3D my father brought in this country and gave it to me at the airport. 2 of them I still can't find. I was in school, engineering school, when he gave me the deed. I misplaced them. Fortunately for me, I was able to find one. So we went to court. We won the case. He said he taking the appeal to the Supreme Court. Well, I believe they say you have 30 days after the case is adjudicated at a certain level for you to go to the Supreme Court. 30 days, the lawyer, they ain't do anything. The 38 days, the lawyer went to my lawyer and said, can you backdate there and sign it for us? So we'll go to the man. Said, no, I can't do that. My client paid me. I can't do that. They ran the Supreme Court. What's his name? The former Chief Justice, the guy. He said, but they told you to do the thing. They give you 30 days. That now you want us to bring your family to sit down there. Case for closed. That's law. So I beg your man, I can't spoil my parade tonight, man. President Waka, I talk about Pusa, you come and bring law and this and that. Says they talk to me about the Pusa business. Let's hear from you. The price of rice is going down.
I can run my stomach. I'll need you country rest.
Oh, okay, you're out. You're out.
So I understand, George is online saying police can do things in hot pursuit. I like when I like to post up out here. There is a state case, the state versus Jose Martin Lugo in 2016 here in the state of Minnesota. Go check that out. Because it's about substance abuse. And there's also another one with state versus Bradley in 2018, where police illegally search. If somebody is fleeing a crime scene, that is probable cause. I am saying if you don't have probable cause, okay, having those phones in your possession, what was the probable cause to break into them before a court warrant or court order? Look, let me say something here. And I'm going to be on Kofa's side for this one. Kofa, the reason that all of this thing is happening was his court believed in the rule of law.
Yes. Remember
that, right? When this thing started, you and I was on this platform saying this is a political thing. It should be resolved politically. And Kofa stuck with the law. For him now to come back and say, I will sit and acquiesce for people to violate due process in litigation, simply because I want to show that I Holy Mary grandson, then some of us here will be pleading with the Liberal National Bar Association against buying. You cannot be a lawyer and you sit down there and somebody grossly infringes on the process of prosecution, and you say, oh, I leave my own with God. When we go to court, we ain't leaving nothing with God no more. It is in court. It is like me sitting somewhere and somebody grossly misinterpreting what they call order of operations in mathematics. And I say, you know what? With your will God. No. Kofa was answering the question from journalists. There is nowhere in the world you go first, you open the door, you lower in the honey, come and have a key. If you break it, you go lower inside. You take in the oil carry home, then you come and say, I want key. I am saying if this actually is what happened, because again, this is an assertion from Kofa's team. But if this is what happens, then the government is working on a very, very thin layer, because their biggest piece of evidence against these people are those voice recordings that they got from those tips. And this will not only affect the Kofa case, it also affect the case of all the other younger people that were accused of carrying on the act. Because once that is thrown out of court, what else you got? And why would you as a government If this is right, this just boggles my mind, right? Because there's a lot of smart people in the prosecutor's office in Liberia. Why would you go break into the phone before you get a court order? What was the haste?
Because, Sissy, thank you. Koto, let me come to you. And Sissy, for me, the reason why, these are some of the reasons why I try to stay out of it, because I know the government is not going to win anything on this here. Because they didn't, like you correctly stated here on so many times on this platform, the government at the time were politicizing the whole issue. And as a result, in their haste to try to establish political, how they call it, political superiority, they decided to do these things so they will bring it up quick and leak it out to their surrogate. But what they fails to realize that these things don't stay in the background for so long. They will come up. So that's what we are. Marco, to talk to me. Talk to me. What do you have again besides
Yeah.
the Kofa case? Anything you have?
Yeah, I think the Kofa case is what made it
Okay,
concerns.
let's talk about it. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. Reason is we
By
can't.
the way, what country you come from?
Yeah, Mr. Too, man. I'm
No,
from
no,
Lofa.
no,
I'm a
no.
Loma woman. I'm from
So,
Lofa.
so that's why you smile at that one. And so,
Of course.
but let me ask you again. You play both medicine?
I never play Bomberasing.
That's okay.
You bring your story, or are you coming to make me say something here?
No, go
I
ahead, go ahead.
was
I just want people to know there's no book medicine. They don't have people
no
said it. Let's
Bomberasing.
go ahead. Let's go
No,
ahead. Let's go ahead.
I just to give you a short story. I was on a soul clinic mission, and then on a mission we had you were selected to be a leader based on the Irish. So that was our selection basis. So because of that, I was considered they used to call it a prem something name. So I was in the seventh grade then, but I was held as the head because that was the rule. Whoever has the highest average will be considered the head of the students at the
Thank
time.
you. No book medicine. Let's hear from you, Kofa.
Yeah. So on that level, I
No
don't
book
know what
medicine.
book I was, but what I used to do, we go and I was the high-headed girl.
But there
We
we
go
go. He
to
come.
our running around.
Let
But
me
then
come into our conversation. He come
in
and
the
test.
night,
He come
in
and
the
touch
night,
card too. Some people say, "Oh, this is smart because he touch card."
I would come and sit down and study my license. That's what people
Exactly.
don't know, you
Exactly.
know. And
Thank
like
you.
you said, my parents, both parents were not letter and they were not educated. I used to go to Radisson Market to sell for my mom before I go to school. So my mom was so much interested in education that she made me. I would go to school in the evening. I go to school, go to market in the morning, then go to evening school. So when I see people saying, complaining about how education system is and how government is not doing that, my mom didn't work for government. My father was a tailor. So these people were there doing that work and sustaining us and then sending us to school. So I just come to encourage some of our people in Liberia today that complete a lot, that is sent home because they don't use this opportunity. They made you have to go and study and know the importance of education. A man who was just fourth grade student, who was my dad, he came here during the time they were what they had a liberal job for making of the roads. That was how my father came to Monroeville. He was taken to come to Bombing Hills and then build road in Bombing Hills. From there, he said because the work was hard there, they couldn't eat, and he had to run away to come to Monrovia. And that's how, for him, that was a bigger achievement for him, being part of that road building. So I'm just saying this to encourage people that you cannot say because government didn't provide the opportunity for me, I cannot make use of the opportunity. One time we're arguing about it here, we're saying, yes, the government need to provide the opportunity. But if the opportunity is not available at the time, what do? You make use of the available resources you have until government can make it available for you.
Thank you.
But
No
it's
book
not
medicine.
possible.
There's no book medicine. Thank
No,
you.
I don't know about both
You
medicine.
see,
Okay.
the same thing I say about Kofa. I can't sit down for people to violate legal procedure, be quiet. It hard for me to sit down for people to talk about education policy like this and I'll be quiet. look, when people talk on an average, yes, your story is unique. That's an outlier. So use your story to kind of try to downplay other people's concern about the struggles that they go through because you were able to persevere through it. To say when people sit down and they complain, I don't understand that. I think it's a disservice to the Liberian people, and it is meant to excuse government of its responsibility to the people. I too went through that same thing, right? But I will not sit down here and say that my story is the mean. My story is an outlier. It's not an average.
That's not how we think. That's not how we think. You
I'm
can't.
not, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying as an encouragement.
No. You said that when people say like,
hold on, says this government of the Republic of Liberia under President Buckeye, if you can't pull yourself, President Buckeye will pull you up. So he's doing it back.
It's like what the white supremacists used to tell the black people here. Pull yourself up by your own bootstrap, but you don't have one boot.
No.
Right? You don't have one bush, but they say pull yourself by your own bootstrap.
Why are you gonna say why say President Buckeye needs it? Why
So here's the thing. We don't talk about the outliers in society. We talk about the mean, the average. The average person, for every one story that is this successful like you, Koto, and now, there are thousands of stories that are unsuccessful. So to use
that's why the president bringing the right
I agree with you, but I'm just explaining my story, and I'm saying
I'm encouraging.
I said I'm encouraging.
You said that when people say that and complain, Koto, you said when people say that and complain, I can't understand it. You made that statement, which is disparaging to them. And their situation.
Okay, but that's why I say I came out to say that's why I serve as an encouragement to them that
folks
if
pay
the
their
news
taxes
is not
to the
available
government.
at the time,
Folks pay their taxes to the government, so they don't have to do lucky ticket for benefits for the
course.
children.
And
Because
that's
you
why-
will say we came through lucky ticket. Now lucky ticket. There are other people who very struggle harder than
Thank
us,
you.
but we make it.
Thank
So
you.
we should make no kind of statements.
No, but the point is, government will not reach to everybody. I don't care what it
Thank
is.
you.
It doesn't matter, but this is a lazy.
Hold on, guys. We are
working in the
here.
American school system.
Not everybody is the opportunity.
Koto, I work in the American school system. We still hold the government responsible for not providing resources to American students.
So those are don't make use of the opportunity. What do you say?
Koto, this is a lazy excuse for our government. If the government does not deliver for its people, it's a lazy excuse to blame the people for their poverty. That's why the voting government. That's why they pay taxes.
Let me ask you. So you here tonight? You here tonight?
I disagree with you.
Just hold on 1 minute. You here purposely tonight to put Gary in my scent of Joseph Buckeye.
No, I am here. Like how Kofa was today standing in front of the place there. He's a learned lawyer. You're not allowed people to play with the law or in speaking. I am here because we study educational policy. We're not allowed people to use people's poverty to shame them when they are not responsible for that.
But what that one got to do with President Buckeye?
I'm not even saying that. You say you see that, put your glass and let on.
No, one sentence in there. You said when
okay,
people
interpret the Bible. You look at one sentence.
It was
you
in
then
context.
listen to the conclusion.
She said that you can interpret the Bible.
No, I will not agree. Don't pick a sentence to interpret.
All right, okay. Let's move on. Thank you.
You see, I have many of them foreign relations.
Hold on, guys.
You put that point in there. You stressed it that people said
I don't understand it when it's not complete. That's what I'm saying.
That's what you said. That's what I listen. That's a lazy attempt to excuse the government for not delivering for its people.
Let me replay what Koto said. You want me to replay that? No, I cannot. Thank you very much.
We don't need to replay it. Unless they will break into the phone, we do it. If we want to go back for
Hey guys. Rescue number 2, rescue 3. Sese is not tonight. Sese is not. So I will not rely on him tonight. I will not rely on Sese to carry this message. I don't think he will fall tonight. So already, my Esther start pressing Sese. We're in trouble. But let's get. I'm just telling you.
How long are we still on? How long before my Esther can come in?
On that point, I'm not. I agree with Sese on that point. I'm not pressing government, and I'm not making government lazy. I am just here encouraging people on my
You
own
make
story
President
that
Baka
if the
listen.
government have not reached you, make some effort for yourself,
Thank
because
you.
government will not go to everybody. I don't care where it is. We are
Okay,
in the
thank
great
you.
United States
Thank
of America. The opportunity is available. We're forcing people. You are there. How many students? Some of the students we're not forcing to be in
So
school.
we'll compare
okay,
America to the
okay,
brother
But
that
okay.
was government
still,
All right,
degree.
guys,
I
guys.
just some
We
people
I'm
walk,
here
gonna,
we
at
I'm
walk in
gonna.
slow, slow.
Hold on, guys. I don't want to
don't
meet you.
misinterpret. I'm saying there are just some people
Say
who will not
say
make
The
use of
Libra
the
is running.
opportunity.
All right, okay, guys. I don't want to meet you. Let's change the subject matter.
Yeah, let's go.
Rescue Two. Thank you for joining tonight. I think tonight I started dancing, but my dancing shoe was so hot. Sissy, look at Sissy, want to take off my shoes tonight, but we will do our best. Rescue Two. What do you make of this rice price going down? Let's hear from you.
Well, I'm not an economist, but I would try to. Yeah, that's easy. They
Let me
can talk about.
let me put Sese in the bike. Because the man he had to intimidate us.
No,
let me
actually,
No,
let-
when the man that economy when so far happy, why is that coming
quiet,
there from me, Jara?
that
quiet,
you and Keto with fire on that one because
yeah, quiet. Uh-huh.
yeah, you carry the rest up. That's what job we are saying. But liberal, if the president decide to regulate the rest price, I know they say $14 or what?
Yeah, 14.
They say I know why or Bunker Trust said something before a eat boom, before a swallow boom. you know. So if the president decide to drop the rice price, that means that he understand what he's doing. I don't know his economic advisor. He got that why he got people that he paying to give him economic advice. That hey, you can do this because you are paying. You are reduced the tariff or on those who are importing rice, the rice importers. But once you reduce the tariff, then it's supposed to enable the importers to be able to sell rice at an affordable price according to government set price. That's what I think. I could be wrong. So if that was what the government did and he was advised by the economic advisor that you can now do this, all I can say is I hope that it continue. Because if you're doing this to get a political stunt, when it fall down on you, it will not be easy. You see, but if you're doing this from an honest place, that you have created the environment, right, for the rice price to drop, it will be very good for the economy because it will save a lot of money. It will help people to save a lot of money, and the high rate of the US, people will not really feel it. You see,
So
so I hope that the government really mean what they're doing because if they mean what they're doing, then it could be a very huge shift in the economy by doing that.
thank you. I also, before I come back to Sissy here, I also have a serious concern. The president means well. The president of the Republic of Liberia, having been in this position for a very long time, have served and saw a lot of stuff when it comes to right issue. But I'm a little bit apprehensive in that this government, they don't seem, and I'm removing President Baka out of it. I'm saying those who are there to implement his policy seem not to get this thing correct. A few months ago, we heard Imon to a Ruwan. He said he was reducing the price of gasoline. And I said here on this platform, Ukraine and Russia on. Middle East, where your oil then can come from. You got place in Liberia to produce anything. They play where your oil then can come from. They pure fighting. You reduce, even 6 months, price of gas start going back up. They say because of the war in the Middle East. How sure are we now? They $14 started not bring again. That is going to last. So for me, I think what perhaps they should have done was okay, whatever saving we're going to get out of this 14, if we're going to subsidize the rice prices, it should not be politically, whatever they're doing, politicizing the whole issue. I think it should have been just been done quietly. Because when these things come back, there are people who will use this against you. Because people are standing on like me, I've been dancing all night. So then they think turn around and give Mr. Sawyer will take my dancing stuff and start playing it. So those are the kinds of stuff that we keep saying to our brothers and sisters, but they're not willing to listen. Sister, let's
Oh,
hear from you and then
yeah,
we'll go on. Yeah,
okay.
go ahead. Sister, just 1 minute, please. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
the president, what I wanted to say, the president have been experienced. The man is experienced now. He's 2 years old in the government. I guess he have already built that experience. He understanding the economy and how the economy is functioning, the congestion, and what they need to move in order to create the opportunity for citizens to be relaxed a little bit. So I think this move of the president will be genuine. That's my guess, but
Okay.
I'm not too certain.
Okay. I'm just leaving room for
Yeah.
when I'm ready to eat a crow, that I can say I'm eating a crow. But let's hear from you, sister.
I, I think, well, I want to be, an optimist like Terry, but I mean, when you say something, so I got to club out on it with the president he's been in the government 2 years now. We've been in the government 2 years now. We still dismissing people at LDEA. So things will change. I think what we tend to do in Liberia, a lot that creates the problem is that we assume that when the government announces a price reduction, that price reduction stays the same forever, forgetting that there are market forces out there. So the example the Liberal gave about the gas, where Amos were reduced the price of gasoline, there was relief to Liberian people, even if it was for 2 months. You had 2 months of relief, and then economic forces and geopolitical forces that affects the market happens, right? My only concern is that when these people come out and make these announcements, like you rightfully said in Liberal, it is tinged in politics. And so they don't take the time to temper, right? The expectation, we're reducing the price of rice to $14 for now.
Yes.
Given that conditions are stable.
Right.
We, however, don't know with the up and down, the Trump tariff, you put roll when you roll bush, Trump hauling roll oil around here, he hauls on Japan, other places that providing all with rice, he haul the rope, no put haul rope with a haul bush. Right? So even if you give the relief in the form of import duties, right, or import tariffs, your import tariff might not be high enough to offset the cost that these people are paying overseas to bring the rice. So your rice price might go up, or you might even be able to go below 14%. We don't know. But when they make these announcements without, I hate to do the math here, but Mr. Toh, when we did math and you did set theory, you had to put your entire universal set in the box because you're trying to keep everything else outside.
Okay.
As you're speaking within this box, you have to define your universal set. They don't do that because we want for people to run our names that we've done marvelous. We've done frame the conversation and put limitations on it. And so people will be expecting that the $14 for a bag of rice will be there on the Joseph Bogali power. So even if it stay there until 2 days before he leaves power and the price go to 14.50 cents, and they say, the man, he's over 14.50 cents. Right? And so I think that everybody's right. I think Terry is right. I think the president has studied this situation. And my only concern is that I hope we remember. And I know my eyes not coming get fair with me. But I must, as a mathematician, we look at patterns. I hope remember there was a guy in power not long ago that was supposed to get $10 million to some rice importers to bring right in the country. And the beginning I said I'll fly, and I ain't fly. We'll have to be careful. And the Liberal, I disagree with you that stuff should be done in secret. If my government is spending my money, I should know about it. They shouldn't be doing it in secret. I think that's the right thing to do, to have an open government. Let people know what you're doing with their money. Let people know what you're doing with their taxes. I just think that people are so anxious to score political points, and they don't take the time and kind of try to craft the message in the way that they bring people understand you're eating today. Now, you're eating today.
Yeah,
Tomorrow,
tomorrow
I'm not
coming.
going to. And so they're not doing that. That's my concern.
I agree with you, and I think that's the concern. All of us that support this government, specifically President Baka, these are the concern we have because they go to the president and do not give him. I don't believe they will tell him everything that is truthful.
I'm talking. I'm talking.
You
Uh,
fire back.
my Esther,
I don't know you and
coming
Dr.
for
Richardson, which
everything.
one
Please don't call.
if you and Dr. Richardson were on the show, I know I will make.
Okay, all right. So okay. All right, again, folks, Samson told La Brompa Radio here tonight with Cisco, who's now taking a little break. Cisco is here with us, and Terry Collins is also here. But let's go a little bit farther than that.
But who the guy was calling small rescue puppets? Who they
Oh, wait,
I know
wait,
that's political destitute and
wait! I don't see his stuff. Oh. What's the
No,
name?
that's the way video. Don't mind it, man. I've been
Oh,
sharing my video there when you saw it. When you
oh,
don't
okay,
mind.
okay.
oh,
So let's stay on the same line of the messaging problem this government is facing. And then, once again, when you are called, I believe, when the president asks you among 5 point something million Liberians and say, "Come and help me to do this," do your homework and do all you can. We saw the same messaging problem is still creating headway when it comes to yellow machine. We're not getting anything. Even as good as the vice president must have gone out there to do whatever he did, they are unable to capitalize on those issues. One thing, another thing again. This Chinese overpass, and I'm going to do a special show on that on Saturday. The Chinese overpass we're going to be discussing it here. The messaging problem again is not boasting well. You invite people. It's an engineering issue. It's an infrastructure issue. And the Liberian Engineering Society, my understanding, I could be wrong. We're not at the forefront. You brought people who has no clue what an overpass is supposed to be, what it takes to build an overpass. None. The Deputy Minister of Public Works, who was an engineer, a good friend of mine, his little brother, was there. But he cannot and he will not overstep his bound. This is a government. They are messaging issues. Let me go back to Terry. It's really difficult, and except for us, Terry, you and I, Drafe, we get it. You can't do nothing to us. Well, your kind of tackle. But on a very serious, it's difficult sometimes. The way these people behave, as though they seen with Samuel Twain and Nabwe put their hand to their mouth after the election, everybody will be quiet. This is the same behavior Unity Party people are continuing to exhibit. Terry, if this kinds of thing continue, how will people know the true strength of President Baka and things that he's doing? The Liberian people, will they be able to separate those from that of a political publicizing or politicizing every little thing he will come out from this government? How will you address those things? Talk to some of them here tonight, please?
yeah, but liberal politics, that these are politicians, that what they do. Politicians create stun, they create, quick impact distraction that will distract the people mind while they're getting other things accomplished. Especially with the slow down economy, they will create all kinds of you know distractions for the people to focus on and think that they're making headway and all of that. But like you said, right, It depends. You see, CDC make this government to look too pretty. It almost like to say when it rain very heavy, then the sun, the small sun, even though it's not good, but that small sun, when it come, you won't put your clothes outside. Everybody will come outside. That small sun that is not even shining Google, but everybody won't come. That how the government looking. So everything, think about it. The road that you came to us to show us all the missteps on the roads. The Gideon man that you're talking about, he making mistake and all in trying to describe the overpass. He not even using the right technology, the right terminology to describe what he's trying to project. You understand? And people shouting, "Yay!" So you know, so you the one had to come here to educate us yesterday to tell us that the man is not using the right terminology on this particular thing. But how many people identifying that? How many people identifying that we're getting Babati roading? How many people? Because CDC government, that why I don't blame them. They made a government to low fund. You see? They made a government to low fund. If we have a sophisticated opposition that will challenge the Unity Party government, we will not be celebrating Tabata. But the way the government doing it, take for example, I was listening to Gafwan. In my opinion, if you ask me about my view about Honorable Gafwan, I think he's a technocrat who understands the work but do not know how to explain it. If you ask me the difference between he and Amara, I will tell you that Amara is a technocrat who knows his job and know how to explain it. He understands the intricacies of the technicalities that come along with the job and how to engage the media and discuss the technicalities of the job. Honorable Gafwan do not have that capability. When you listen to Gafwan, he's talking, yeah, he say, oh, you know the economy, everything is on course, the rise and thing, but next year we're going to have electricity and the roads are opening. That is not what we want to hear. We want to hear how much money you give to so and so ministries and what will be the outcome, the trickle-down effect on the economy based upon what you are doing for them in that ministry across all government spending entities. But, so we are not getting the meat. The Liberian people have been disadvantaged from the meat where the government will come to her people and give us information, like what my senior brother Sisi said. Give us the breakdown information as regarding what you're going to do. Like the other day you were here, you gave us the projector, you projected a bridge or something, you projected the various foundations of the school that they were building in Toasttown. You gave us clear information of your era. In that light, nobody can say labor is not an engineer.
Thank you.
You understand? So they're just lacking in giving us real information because in one thing I would think about is that either they do not know what they're doing or they know what they're doing, but they don't know how to explain it.
Thank you.
Yes.
So, let me come to you. If I were to close my eyes for a minute, I thought Terry was at LU.
Oh.
The big technicality. I thought you were at the LU podium.
All these small things.
I thought you were at the LU podium.
Before Martin.
But let's hear from you. So it's the same question to you. You think if these people don't change course and continue to politicize every little thing that CDC was doing, are they pretty much will fall the same prey that like CDC, or you think that they're a little bit different here?
Well, first of all, have you ever had sycamore tree tea before? When you boil that tree root, the tea it get hit. They are drinking. They had to especially send the second tree.
So you want to know who contributed cement and things like that to CDC headquarters?
Yeah, but I wouldn't contribute there because they say anyone giving them money. Say anything, they give me money. I said, I'm going to collect the cement for the Home Depot parking lot in Brooklyn Park. Apply, get it. That come for you. So having said that, on a serious note, I want me my sister Sarah Becker. I know Sarah Dubois. She don't want me to invest more. But look, on a serious note, some of the anything the president does in Liberia is political by nature, right? So let's get this straight, right? I don't fault him for that. Building an overhead bridge or the bridge to nowhere, building one Mugget bridge over the Do River, I get it. He has to be there to talk about the project. My concern is the follow-up. And I think that's the follow-up you're talking about when you say the technocrats have to be there, people who understand engineering, right? It has to be there. But at minimum, look, people, I guess, either they just don't care or they don't know. Optics is also speech, is communication. What would they have hurt to have the Liberian Engineering Society president Desmond and with a high hat standing behind the president, flanking the president as he's speaking? That's optics, right? I don't know whether people don't see that. Every attire you wear. I learned this when I was running office here. I had to do a political training, class training on candidacy. The way my beard looks, the way the necktie color that I wear, it has to go in line with the message I'm trying to send. When I'm sitting at my district school board, making a presentation on culturally relevant math pedagogy, I go dressed in African attire because it's about cultural relevancy. Right? I keep talking about we want our children to feel value and at home, feel like, and then I go all there as a Liberian man in European student art. I'm saying this to say that a lot of our brothers, I know a lot of them really smart people, but I don't think they've taken the time to at least lift their heads above the ecosystem, to breathe a different air. And so they're all dug into this political, whatever cesspool it is. And so everything is just about now. What can we do now to show CDC didn't do last time? Even if they haven't taken the time to check. So now they've announced this, right? If they're not careful, I hope the president has already done his due diligence. They lined up the funding. They know where they're going to start. Otherwise, it'll be like Cloud, we are hair factory. I think that's somebody here that I police man was stealing all day. But you know,
that's why you and people can't get along. I tell you.
So, but I want to say, what I'm trying to say. I know. I'm gonna make it. So I'm begging you. I had a P for you. I saw you, my sister. I love you. But on a serious note, Liberian governments, not just the CDC, not just Madam Salif, not just Charles Taylor. You know what? Growing up, you always find in every community some old house that somebody started in Infinite and then became a community toilet. Like that's how we get a lot of the government projects. Some of them will talk about it. Some of them will break grounds. Some of them will start. It will not get to roof level. It will rain on it. Then will break it, become government toilet. Then will go to something different. So I'm saying this to say that optics in communication matters, right? When you are going to speak about those engineering things, even if you don't want to bring the engineers, what would they have taken to say, hey, reach out to Liberian engineer or reach out to the minister, hey, give me a talking point here. My bosses do that to me. I don't go everywhere that they go, but I go, well, we might be asked some questions here. What's our map vision? Give me some talking points here. I provide a talking point with the right language in it, right? I don't know if they're using their people that way, but people lead a lot of very smart people in Liberia. There are a lot of smart people in Liberia, very smart people. I don't believe we're tapping into 5% of the potential of the people who got in Liberia. And that's the reason in Liberia you talk about, when people misusing words, engineering words, and saying their own thing, and they're doing it ahead of them at the beginning, bunch of tabula rasas and buccaneers. But I say this to say, to end. I think some of our people in government need to maybe just take politics one side a little bit and lay on the side and forget about this political points, right? We're not playing freestyle ball in our CDC versus United Party. I'm not freestyle ball game. And I want to move. The thing that says here, Benny, okay, a football now was calling Joe. And sorry, I think I'm a Joe. Benny. Then I Lulu will play. Then I. Oh, sorry.
Even you play Lulu, that we are you
cash.
calling. That we are you calling.
They will still cash you.
So thank you. Here's the issue here that I have with this program. I will do more on that on Saturday. Saturday program is going to be geared towards agriculture Liberia. Even though the CEO want to make a big deal out of it, he might not give me the spot. But if he doesn't give me the spot, the board will put his foot down, and I will get the spot. But he's
and then say they will hack the system.
yeah. The what? The what?
And then say so.
I thought you were restricted from YouTube.
Because the man was yelling last night, I want to Kaka to smell good. Wait, the man able to stop me from being a board man. I beg you, man. I'm the board chair. What? I beg you.
The man said they got 2 hour recording on you.
They can bring it.
Just imagine. Get on that recording on you.
How did they obtain that recording? Is that a foot of a personal?
Exactly. The thing that Liberia to say, you can't come and can't say that I don't call it Lekotor. You do that kind of thing.
CDC good at projecting AR stuff.
So the program Saturday will be geared toward Liberia because we'll do it very early in the morning. But the problem is this: since you as an electrical engineer, on a serious note, I feel bad for people like Mo Ali, who is also an engineer. He most likely is not a civil engineer, but his mind thought it's different from any other person, and then he's gonna sit there and you people make these ridiculous statements, and he just sit there and oh yeah, it's gonna be good for the economy. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good for the people. Knowing fully well that's not true. What he's saying, he knows it. You have a role like this. This is ministerial complex here, right? So you have an elevator role, okay, grade separation right here. So okay, that's fine. So they have Congo Town now is gonna be widening. They're gonna have 2 lane that way, 2 lane on the other side. But at the end of this bridge, they're gonna come back to 4 lane. You're leaving one, two, 3, 4 lane one side, 4 lane on that's 8 lane, and you're gonna bring it back to 4 lane.
But Liberal, the engineers, the Chinese engineers that are sponsoring the project, didn't they calculate all of this before they did it?
I come in there now. So some time ago, Public Work went to the Chinese embassy and said this thing need to be upgraded. They said no, we're finished with it already. We're not changing anything again. Now, here's the interesting thing they're coming up with, some concept they're coming up with. This is what they, and this is, if they do this, the only problem, they don't have real estate. They don't have the land unless you're going to force people off of their land. That's the first thing. But if you do this and the overpower is over there, and then you channel all of your water like there, whatever it is to go out, you can do it. But in order for you to meet that, and let me show you this here, what I'm talking about. So let's go to, I don't know the area, what they call Vamuyan house or what. The only thing I can see here is a white flower. Okay, so this is the white flower here. I think this is the white flower. Let me put it on and I will share that, guys. Just bear with me. Okay, I believe that's the white flower. Yeah, white flower. So they say this is where the road gonna end. Okay, let me share that. I just it's good for us to have this because these people somehow they think say people are just not serious. Okay. So here is white flour here. Okay. So here is white flour here. You're going back to Monreal. I was in Monreal one time. The truck hit these two pillow here, and but I was surprised that they can leave a bar when it didn't fall. But anyway, so when you bring the bridge here, you're gonna put it up. You got two lane going, two lane coming, and you're coming from 8 lane. You're gonna put it here. You need room in this area. Which one? And they said they're starting the project. So that means in order for you to be successful, you see the light pole here, you're gonna have to move them. Do they got the money? You're gonna have to move all of the light poles. You're talking 8 lane, okay? Overpass,
So
fine.
do they have to break that white flour down? The
Most
side of the
likely,
water.
most likely, if they're gonna pass this area, according to Gideon, they're gonna pass this area. Most likely. Most likely, but the most important, look at the amount of infrastructure, look at the amount of buildings you're going to break down. Look, if there was just zing round, I can say, okay, but people already purchased these buildings, people own them.
But the
If they, I,
government gonna sell to the people,
The
Liberal.
you,
government can insert eminent domain.
yeah, that's fine if you do that. But on this entire corridor, to do eminent domain, and you expect some of the people to sit down, they will take you to court.
But the reason for eminent domain is that you can buy the property. Even if you go to court, it's a law. So the court
Yeah,
can stop the government.
yeah, but the eminent domain, it means you have an emergency, and this project you're putting up is
It's for public good, not for emergency, for public
okay,
good.
public good. Okay, even if it's for public good, you have to weigh the public good to that man property, and
No
that not
swamp,
one person.
no swamp horse in the public good where we got traffic congestion go away. They say we gotta wait it.
But now the only thing, here's the thing now. This is what the people who own this stuff will win the case. If you argue, if they come and argue just like you're arguing, that this will relieve the traffic congestion. What happened when they come to the end from 8 lane, bringing it back to 4 lane? What happened? You have to prove the traffic in that area have to be
Liberal, it's not easy.
C'est ça community road. We put MPW sign on plenty houses and more public. Chef for and 2 lane road. They broke it down. Then I have to explain to my boulevard and one.
No,
But Liberal, you can put. Can you put traffic lights and
yes.
regulate the traffic?
Yes. At the very end, you can put traffic light. But from all indication from these things here that they have, there's no traffic light. They're telling you they're going to continue to elevate and under the bridge. That's when they're going to start putting people and leading them to whatever they want to put them. Say, for example, if this is this is the intersection of I call it SKD Boulevard. So you have this white line that going straight. It's still going to EW Junction. So there's other one here that goes out. They're going to bend to go to SKD Boulevard. So this other this other high bridge here coming from SKD Boulevard supposed to bend and put you back on that. So if you do that, you can't just do those things with the curve.
They went for Saturday. But for now, I seen business opportunities here.
There
You
we
see
go.
all those green spot there, that net floor they're putting in over there, my little bar there under the bridge there. I already call first dip. I gotta go to the government.
They
Those
got
green
no like
spot
traffic
there.
control. That's what they will do.
Exactly.
That's
Say you got this thing, and this is exactly where I'm going. This is exactly where I'm going.
And there will be accident. All those
Plenty,
kind of
plenty. You think the people, the children that can be selling in the street?
But,
They're not
but
placed
you know how I come about? I said, hey. I don't see my. I don't even think the government. I already want balance prison.
So
So
we'll talk about it Saturday. I'm hoping because I do have some drawing here from the public work ministry. I hope I can share that. But the thing about it is,
But Liberal, I don't understand how many lean will be going and how many lean coming. Because from the picture you projected, I saw 2 lean going, but 3 lean coming.
3 lane going, one coming back.
So you see down here, right? So this is the ministerial complex. So obviously you're coming from Monrovia. You're coming from, so they have 1, 2 lane on the floor down.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's what I was talking
Elevator,
about.
elevator, they got 1, 2 lane. So that's 4 lane coming from Monreal total.
Yeah, but
And you
going, I see only two.
no going, you got the same thing on there. They're not showing it at all, but you got the same.
Oh, okay.
They got the other side.
Then it's good.
They got the other. Terry, he said that's good. You got the other side over. But here's the thing now. The people saying that they want to alleviate the problem at SKD, I mean at Tottenham, I mean how they call it ministerial complex. But they're not even showing you how they're gonna do that here. Ministerial complex, you got what's that one? Bapa Congotown or Congotown. What the name of the street? Congotown Bapa Road or something like that. I feel forgetting the name of it. But anyway,
But Labor, don't you think these are too many roads in just one location? Why the road did not bypass and cut behind this whole entire place,
you
creating
get
a
up
whole new different road?
yeah, but you can do that, but it's gonna be much more expensive than Chaniki
Oh,
and Heno. Okay, so they feel I'm trying to see what the Congotan bypass road. I think it says no. Okay, so this is EW Junction, and okay, so here is a Congotan bypass road. Let me share that again. We're just having conversation, guys. Just bear with me, please.
So what part of that road the beginning will be selling their market and the beginning
That is,
even on the street.
that is
Yeah,
found. That what they're trying to. That what they think
we'll
say
sue the government for that one. That's
exactly.
economic sabotage that make that taking food for our beginning. They
So
will
so right here, this is
They
the
gotta create room for business to thrive.
yeah for our
so,
beginning be walking in the traffic there.
so this is the Congotan back Congotan the oldest Congotan road. Okay, so it comes out here. You're gonna have an overpass. Imagine way up there.
That's what I do. You may every host had a show on
That,
Tuesday.
that's okay. So you have these people coming out like that.
Oh, this is Congotown Barrow, right?
Yeah, this is the
Ministerial
ministerial.
complex.
Yeah, we go. The ministerial complex is right there. So Congotan back road, which is much more difficult to get out of. Okay, when you're coming from Congotan back road here, okay, that way when you come from there, you got to go out. So there will room. The same place I showed you. There's room here for you to go through. They already. Yes, you already. Unless you're going to break the people's store down. Look in front. Look, you see, you know how expensive this going to be. Unbelievable, unbelievable. So I'm going to open the line. I will be discussing this. I will go a little bit in detail on Saturday, to be honest with you, because I think we need to do that. We need to do that. So let's come back. Oh, since you're going with, since you're going. All right. Okay.
That the man other young boy picture there.
I tell you.
Dog, it says you look like you were a Batman before.
I don't want to say, but anyway.
I
So
mean,
Terry,
Batman good in a good way.
Terry, let's go back on to this government. Uh, so far, I think what 2 years now, right? Before I open the line, what would be your assessment, honest assessment, including everything else that is there? I want. I don't want us to include the president into this.
But you got to include the president.
Yeah,
Then
no,
there's no need to discuss.
I'm saying those who. This is where I come from. You, as a manager, you employ people to carry out a job, and in doing so, you give them terms of reference. What do you expect
I
out of
understand.
them? Okay, you give them terms of reference. What do you expect out of them?
I
And
understand.
these people, so now you, as the manager, you remove yourself and let these people do their job. And this is where I want us to look at. All of these people that were asked by the president to join, they have terms of reference. Do you think, from all indication, these people are working fairly in terms of what
Liberal,
they are asked to do?
Liberian policies is corrupt.
Okay.
You need a president that is robust. And I don't even know whether it because I like Taiwan. I like people that can challenge the system. Unfortunately, we only have few men that are honest to do that. Like people like Taiwan Gonglo them, but all the other people that we see in the opposition, look, the only way these guys will do the right thing by the books, they need pressure. Because Liberia, the way the system is structured, it creates the avenue to steal. And once I have the opportunity, because I myself don't trust myself, once that you give me the opportunity where I see lump sum for money and I can take it without any accountability, parties, decrease, all those kind of things, and run away from the country without any accountability, labor, there's a possibility I would do it. There's a possibility I would do it. So we these guys are, to be honest,
you put in saying my extra month. You put in saying
that tell what you want to. The pastor with gash, you know how many pastors in Liberia gashi, but
okay. When Faso, they see you clip your stand play, don't count.
Liberal. So it's hard to work in Liberia and be honest because the system. I have seen honest men in Liberia go dark because of the system. Look at Madam Sirleaf. That one was surprised for men at Taiwan Gonglo to look at Madam Sirleaf, look in her face and tell her, say, look, Omar, I want a job. I'm walking out. Because the opportunity was given to people to take lump sum for money and just walk away. And these people did just that. Because the system created the opportunity. Take, for example, this is where I'm disappointed in Honorable Barker. In as much as I believe his government is working far more than CDC government. Let me be honest with you. Honorable Barker government is working far more than CDC government. But where I'm disappointed in President Barker is he refused to prosecute past government officials. And once you fail to do that, liberal, you open the avenue for present government officials to steal. And that is why he's struggling with the people he have employed. Because they have not seen no precedent for them to look at, to make them afraid. So they say, but man, eat your own. That's what happening. So the people were eating. They were eating.
Thank you. Say, let's hear from you before I open the line, please.
Well, I really believe
it's fake pastor.
Yeah, let him continue talking.
I believe it's two-fourths. I think we can hold the president accountable because he's the head. He appoints these people. The Liberian people never voted for a minister of finance, a minister of justice, or a commissioner of LTE or anywhere else. So he brings them on. He's responsible. But I understand the point you're trying to make as a manager is you trust your lieutenants that you put in places to do the work because they're the technocrats. The president cannot and will never know everything about every part of the government, how it's supposed to work technically. And that's why you bring in the technocrats and you bring up to manage stuff. And so I think, character is what you do when people aren't looking. Every human being has that propensity to misbehave. It is how much God wills your belief and your value. I know Terry joking, but I know his value system will not allow him to go outside the box, right? He might hit against the box, but his value system will push him back. So there are two things in society that are supposed to dissuade people from misbehaving with what they've been entrusted with, public goods and public services. Number one is their own upbringing, their own character, their own morals. Number two is the moral and the character of the state, and that is the persecution, right? In America here, people pay a lot of money, people go corrupt. We're still trying people in Minnesota for the FEMA insurance stuff where people stole a lot of money from the government here. They said, oh, feeding children and drink COVID or not feeding nobody. Bob Menendez, the senator, is in jail. George Santos, the guy who lied, the representative Republican from New York. There are countless examples everywhere around the world. Anywhere you have humans, you have people with insatiable appetites and insatiable needs for more and more and more and more. And some people, plain blank, are just willing to go around the law. For those people who character and their morals don't hold them from going against the law's morals and characters have to hold those people back. And I think that's what we're lacking. I like this president in that, if you hear your breath underwater for so long and you're coming out, you want air. You're fighting so bad for air. Even if you came out in sunny wind, that people air say you will breathe it in, you'll be happy.
That's true.
The Liberian people have held their breath for so long. But one man was on the 40th day and 40th night watching football game. and so now when this new government comes in place where they are even doing the basic minimum, the people celebrate because we've had our breath for so long. So they open us, the air, we drink, we get air for now. Then they don't, when your lungs settle back down, then you smell the people saying, all right, then you start moving, going on. But for the short time, when you wanted to be alive, people say, well, that's nothing to you, probably your mouth and your nose all open at the same time. Right? I'm making this analogy because it makes sense in Liberia, right? Not to be crude. But the point I'm trying to make here is that there are a lot of people in government that I respect that are doing a wonderful job, like my guy at Enfield, right? In Yamtoba, Dr. Yamtoba, very wonderful dude. Talks about monkeypox. He talks about Dr. Emmanuel Yakbaula, the EPA. I like his most recent Josiah Jokai at the CSA. There are a lot of those. There are a lot of those bright spots everywhere around, right?
So let me ask this question here, Sissy. Knowing you now, and I'm not saying that perhaps you need to, but you knowing you, and these people, pretty much the people you're talking about, they have characters. Why are they sitting there and allow those who do not have good character to continue to serve without them making strong case to the president in unison?
Well, here's the thing. There are two things. Number one, I don't know if maybe in cabinet meetings they make those arguments or not. But number two, when you are playing as part of a cabinet, it is not your prerogative to be telling the president to remove the LDEA, man, when you are at Enfield or EPA, or remove the police chief or move this person. That is way outside of your league, right? It is the hope that the advisors of the president, that's why the president got advisors on so many things. He got economic advisor, he got political advisor, he got national security advisor. It is the hope that those advisors are the one that will tell him, yo, man, this person on the other side needs a substitution. That man tired. If beginning you say your muscle leaking, right? So those people are supposed to be the one making their case. I don't think it is I think it will be inappropriate for a cabinet minister, say the minister of internal affairs, making the case against the defense minister to be removed, right? I don't see how that works.
So Terry, I will come to you. Let me push Cece a little bit because Cece has been on here as well, arguing some good point when it comes to the educational system. And I'm asking him now, Cece, all of the issue you have with the MCSS people and what have you, which were all on point. Most of them have to do even the minister of education. Even with the minister of education, it requires finances, and you as a minister, you know you need money to carry out certain function. But there are those that are working within your government who are taking money that don't belong to them, and you know about it. But because of some um, etiquette, political etiquette, or whatever it is. You say, that I'm this one, it beyond my pay grade. Must you suffer? You and the institution that you believe in. You who were asked and you accepted the institution. I mean, to lead the institution. Must you suffer? Knowing full well that you're not able to carry it out, but you know how to do it, but because of lack of finances, you can't do much. Do you stay, Sese, or you get out?
Well, I think that's a different question than the first one you asked. Though.
Oh yes, okay.
And
No, but we're still in the
and
same line.
right, I know, but the politician in me, I do that. You were in my office. I do that in my school district when I need money for my department, and I see that they were spending way too much in other places and stuff. I make a case for why I need more money. I make a case for here's the data. I make a case for here will be the net benefit. Here is what it brings back. I make that case and then say, in some cases, say, well, maybe we're over leveraged in some areas. Maybe we need to check how much we're spending in some places where there are surplus. Are there surpluses in places? Are we right now budget constrained? Can we go back and look at where we might have a waste and surpluses and collect those and come back? So yes, you can make the case, but my thing is, I don't think you can be just direct, right? If, for example, we're talking about education, I know you brought MCSS up, but you left that whole conversation when I was talking. When I was like, I appreciate it. But if I know where you're going. But if I were at the MCSS and we're now looking at WIAC and we're talking about WIAC schools, and I know I need more money, but both the most recent past superintendent and the later past superintendent, Professor Zawulu, all spoke about
CDC professor.
They spoke about how a lot of MCSS money goes towards just taking care of budgets, just taking care of pay, right? There's, I think, about $100,000 or less in there for any other thing beyond pay. So maintenance of everything is $100,000. We're small, right? Now is the time I will start to talk about, look, we just took WIAC. Our scores are not where we want them to be. Those 12 graders are on their way out. They might reset, they might not reset. We can focus. That is not the greatest focus. It's important. That's not the greatest focus. I'm looking at the 9th grade scores right now. And I'm making the case to say these 9th graders right now, their scores are bad. We need to act right now before we get the same score we got for these 12 graders when they become 12 graders. And we can remove money in certain places that I hope the government will willing to go back and sit down as a group and look at all of our finances. I hope my colleagues in law enforcement, my colleagues that are in agriculture, my colleagues that are in road maintenance, I hope you all can look in places and see where can you cut a little bit to slim a little bit to help. Because if we don't focus now on 9th grade, the scores we're crying from right now, those 9th graders will come and it will be worse. You can make a case that way. But I can't come out and say, oh, LDA, man, LMA, when be new mansion, what I did, I make get mansion money to we can hire 10 more teachers, right? I can't do that. But I can be very crafty about how I say it, right? And making sure that people understand first, number one, what is the need? What is the why that we need that, right? And then where do we go to look? And I'm just asking my colleagues to look, maybe you got a cabinet in order, you're supposed to buy one new fire cabinet. You don't need it right now. That will help us out. Just look at places where you can slim down. But I do agree with you that it casts an expression on you as a person when people in government are corrupt and everybody is just painting all of you and say, all of you corrupt. Now your character comes into question. Here's the reason some of us don't work, will not go work for government, because you will be doing your best and other people doing craziness and everybody else here in the street call all of you corrupt. And me and my muff,
So, when we have these kinds of comfort, that's why this is something I like. I really like for you to be with us every time, because when we're having these conversations with you and things like that, of course, you talk some crazy stuff and things like that, but they are educational crazy, and only those who perhaps do not understand will take it somewhere else. But you're making a point here. Why most people would not resign. But just let me go to Terry. Terry, Sissy is suggesting That if it was him, he would argue why he would need X amount of money, and he would not only argue or make a case to the president, but perhaps go to his colleagues and said, "Look, do we care to revisit your budget? Maybe there's some waste somewhere here that perhaps we can find and plug mine leakage and stuff like that." And I've been arguing here, those can only happen if we respect each other, which I don't believe they do. But let me come to you. Let me come to you, Terry. And I think this one will go over sometime because I need to open it line. But let me come to you. You think this government, all of the cabinet ministry, all of the cabinet meeting they go to and things like that, you think what Sissy lay out here today, does it exist with this government where people will be free in their cabinet meeting to present their case to the president in their cabinet meeting to be able to present such a issue that because of lack of money, these are things that are happening in my neck of the wood, and I need help. Do we? You think this is what's happening in the government?
I think that is what's happening in the government. I think there are honest people in the government that want to bring change. But there are also other people who don't want those things to happen because they're thinking about 2029. I got to understand, Labor, that this is a political system. And I didn't mean to be condescending or, when I said, I was just using something like a case study, like using myself as an example because I don't want to accuse anybody and then they come back and say, oh, Terry did that. But the system is built in a way in Liberia that everybody is fighting for the next election. They're not thinking about what supposed to have a trickle down effect on the masses, on the people. They're not thinking about that. What Unity Party government thinking about now is 2029. So most of the monies you who going to advocate, if you are not working in a strategic position, like maybe the era is talking about, he might be able to win. He might be able to win the minds of the government to send money his way when he need it. But what about era like the DEA? What about era like the DEA?
Okay, but let me hold you right there, Terry. When you're making a statement that many of the people are thinking 2029. So because of 2029 election, how will you sell your government to the people if you have not done anything to show that yes, indeed, you have done some work?
Well, they're
You
looking
have
at
at this very early stage, and you're thinking 2029, and as a result of that, you are not able. Because of that, you are unable to produce.
Labor. These people are
Are you
smart.
counting? Are you counting on the gullibility of the Liberian people? The fact that they are not able to resist to say no. Is that what you're counting on? Or the sympathy, as you always say here, Liberians as a whole are very sympathetic. Are you counting on the sympathy factor to carry you to the next 2029?
Well, the people believe they can walk and chew gum, like what Sissy always say. So they can put a little here and a little there and get a little accomplished here and a little accomplished there. Meanwhile, they're securing other funds that are really supposed to meet some major area in the economy to impact certain sectors. They will prepare because they have to. Let me tell you something. Unity Party greatest worry now is 2029. And they will do everything possible to secure funds for 2029 because if they lose 2029, it will be a bad thing for them. So they will fight to do a little here, fight to do a little there, and blah, blah, blah. But I think you listen to the other time, since they had that discussion in the house about under 20 million got missing. Have you heard anything about that money? That grandpa can just talk to him for 2 weeks and the whole news can die. Have you heard anything since that thing, that money when came or they bring yo, they removed, they distracted the whole country for more than 1 year. Everybody focused on Kofa. The removal of Kofa. They got Kofa for there. But say they remove Kofa now, they put a new guy. You ever hear about the 21 million naira that they say got missing? Even the GAC or the LACC or all of them who say they were auditing, they doing that. You ever hear anybody come? Labor Liberia is a case study, right? Wherein somebody can just sit down who been in the system and work there or have been in Liberia politics for long, can write a whole book on Liberia and tell you what are the intricacies, what are causing our country to not make progress. The country is not making progress not because the country cannot make progress. The country is not making progress because there are certain political pundits that only want a quick impact, temporary solution to the problem. They're not looking at the long-term impact.
Thank you. Folks, the number is out there.
I started my new party. Bodotan party, registering the Bodotan party.
The number is out there, folks. We'll be closing now.
Where your party? You got a party headquarters?
Let me bring in Moses.
That the country was in your man hat, eh?
Moses, thanks for joining. What will be your closing, Moses?
My closing is this. I listen to you guys. Thank you.
The man says CDC in the hat. Jolly man. Your man said the country was in your hat.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What's your closing?
And I've been watching the show, but I couldn't get on.
Moses, please, let me welcome.
Moses,
hold on. I'll get you time. Let me welcome Rescue 3.
Oh, my God.
I miss Rescue 3. Rescue 3, good evening. I missed your call. Rescue 3, let's hear from you.
Good evening, Mr. Tall, and Rescue 2, Rajese, how you doing?
Thank you.
Yesterday, I should call Mr. Tall, but the way the CEO put you in City Dion yesterday.
No, they're calling Davis. Clarence Davis.
Yeah.
I see why you were afraid to come.
The president denied her position yesterday.
That Major, you came yesterday purposely to intimidate three of us, you, Terry, and myself. He told me that. But let him try again.
Myself, when I saw the picture, I said, let me just say where I for the show tonight, there are 3 points I want to discuss tonight. One got to do with the right issue here. And the right issue, the statement that the president made today to me, I don't think the president get made a statement from Blue Sky. Because I can remember during July 26th when the president spoke to the nation, he set out a committee that was headed by the vice president. And beside that, the vice president met with the right importer, the Nigeria Business Association, and a lot of people in our country concerning the process. And the president is coming up to say that the 25 kg rate will be 14. I don't think I get a statement the president gave me. I think it was a statement made from the committee that he set up. And beside this, seeing the government took over, there are not been a rate shortage on the market. And one of the things that been happening, I think that may happen again is because every 100 bag of rate that you buy from the importer in Nigeria, they get you 15 bag of rate free. They have been happening since the government took over. And the second point I want to make concerning the statement that you made concerning the terrorists here, the government are not being prosecuting the past leadership. Terry, the government is really in Bereka. Let me tell you something. Because look at the present justice minister that we had. He was the one that did the selection. We had a contract from CDC to select the people for the LACC. Since Samuel Tue, guess how many of the past government officials that the LACC are brought to justice? Nothing. So it's a difficult situation. In the president not just because looking at the justice minister and say, okay, let me just keep in there. Because from the collaboration team, the political party that joined, the justice minister was recommended by Liberty Party. And the last point I want to make concerning the overhead bridge, I listened to, I went to the guy post today, Karen Massacre, the former political leader. He said that the proposal for that place, for that overhead bridge, was done into 2016 by the Ellen Johnson government, which was $41 million. They're the one getting a war after that something and be able to get our money for the process to be done. But when the CDC took over, I don't know what happened in between there. So they overhead bring those see. I know from the way that the people that are coming to do the work, there may be some area that we all may have concern about. But if we're good for our country, that'd be good for our country, then they do the right thing. But the problem where minister is not giving to, because I listen to him, you hire your deputy minister for technical. You are not giving them a chance to come up to explain to the Liberian people how the bridge will be built. I listened to that explanation to them myself. I felt discouraged. Don't be frank. We are supporting the government when things going on wrong. Don't say the truth. That you can't take success from the education department, can't success to minister of health, to be a health minister or deputy health minister. No. Place people in the area where they can perform. They will have all in the state. But with the right issue, the gasoline issue in the country, Mr. To, I know that the government will make progress. Because if the government can start ordering gas, why you think that tomorrow the government cannot start ordering rice in the country? Thank you for the show, Mr. To.
Thank you. You'll be the last caller anyway. You'll be the only caller. Let's go to Mose. Mose, let's hear from you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. To. I think the topic tonight discussed, the part that I listened to, were very interesting.
What about you?
That's what I'm coming to tell you now.
Okay.
The one that Sissy was talking about, looking at fundings.
Oh, Mose,
What are you
please.
talking about?
Mose, please. If
Are you
I
gonna give me
answer
a
it,
chance to say
I beg you, man. If I answer the other one, you will
something?
say we're trying to sanction.
That with the cotton,
Yes,
you
yes.
want. I beg you,
Let
don't
hear
do
from.
it.
I beg you, man. Let hear from. Water cutter. People
I
say I
thought it
shouldn't
was
even pick. They say I'm not pick up your call. What do you think?
They're scared. They're scared. How are you going to come and call?
What do you be scared of?
I ain't here to praise you. I ain't here to tell nothing correct. I here to tell about your government ineptitude.
Okay.
So anyway, that comes to the issue. All right.
What is the issue?
So look, Mr. To, you cannot be asking specific question and making it fun for them or making it in ways that they will not answer the way they're supposed to.
You think you see
Post
when
the
you
question.
make hold on. When you make this kind of statement, that's why I can tell you say you're being intellectually dishonest. Do you see Sissy me throwing his softball question and you will answer?
Oh, you throw softball question and you throw the.
But why am I doing here? Well, I ain't here. I ain't giving 1,000 out to the new headquarters.
They say you paying $1,000.
You pay 1,000 to the new headquarters. Can't stay left on. Don't do here.
Let's talk. I will extend the time.
So this thing.
You can be scared. You go have the info.
Go ahead.
See, everything stopped with the president. He said something very profound, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way Liberians will look at some or any the tour guy and blame for what is unfolding at the oil refinery or LPMC or LPRC. The finance minister and all the other people. No, they will always fight President Bwaka. I don't care how you try to defend him. And when you do this the place I look at the dishonesty.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at your inability to accept what you have created that is so wrong. And that way I can't partner with you. You always want to look at the surrogate or the people that are around the president no, Liberian people did not vote for those people. When things happen, look at how effective this country system is.
I didn't say
when
that.
even the functionality of this society. When things not going well, what happened? They put it at the president's feet. The president Barack Obama or this, Trump or this, Joe Biden or this. They don't look at what other people did in those different line ministry and agency and all the things. They just put it at the president's feet. So the reason is the president has the ability, the right given to him to implore and to fire. Once he see places that are very dysfunctional, places that are not meeting up with the needs of the people he's supposed to move. And there were some of the problem with former President we are. People that were around him, and people talk about it over and again, and he didn't take action against those people. You guys can even say the things on the show. Then today you come on the show now, every time you come, you wanted to move Bwaka from the equation and just put it on other people. That's not fair. That's being very dishonest. And that's what I say. And you say I'm intellectually dishonest. No, you showing the dishonesty on the show as a host because you try to fine-tune the question so your analyst can sit down and give you answer that will be favorable for you. And I don't think Cecilia will buy into it. And Terry learning how to, even though you're a political pastor, but he's learning how to answer the question. Come on, him. And thank you for coming on, Mr. Political Analyst. What do you need? A security analyst, undercover, Bwaka Shen, and Unity Partisan, we already know.
When you read the culture, we get going live, or you just call you true.
There you go, everybody.
Go into forensic and stuff dying. But anyway, that's okay. You understand? So thank you for the show. The show was, I mean, the program is good. I enjoy Sissy and Terry giving the analysis here and there, breaking the bits and pieces. One of the things we were talking about, I really appreciate the case in Kolo Fanatikova. I think the government should take time.
Good night.
You cannot want to prosecute people. You say you got evidence, overwhelming evidence, and you come with this kind of stuff. That's where the American State Department will come and tell you, say, the jury system is tempered with.
Thank you.
The government is suppressing people who have dissenting opinion. And that will happen in the country. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Join us again tomorrow. Thank you. All right, Moses, I'm not taking any more call. Go ahead. We'll go over this thing here for me.
We're not going to take the phone call anymore. That didn't come on.
Go ahead. Give us your closing. You got 2 minutes, sir.
Well, let me just say this. Sister made some salient points when he talked about looking at spending as it pertains to different departments and to look at other departments that you have surplus. In my own preview, and Cesar, I'm sure you will agree with me, the budget of the Liberian government overall has serious deficit and cannot efficiently operate. So to look at other departments for surplus, you would never find it anywhere in Liberian government budget. You won't.
You will eat it. You will eat it before it becomes surplus.
No, not only eating it. You don't have enough money. Look at DEA. They want to do drug enforcement. They give the people operational budget of $900,000. Are you kidding me? With no logistical equipment, nothing, no non-lethal weapon, nothing to operate. All of the budget is going directly to salaries. 80-90%. Now, the other thing that Terry was talking about people looking at 2029, is absolutely right. You know what happened? People in the government right now are making friends because those are the same people who concur and look into who's going to be in what position in the next government. No matter who takes over, it's going to be the same players. And we're seeing it over and over. Many of the people there who work it, there are people who are terminated, who were fired during Ellen administration, who left. Today are still working in this government. And they were terminated because of certain improprieties. But they're still working because they're in cahoots with other people who have influence over the president. And so we're going to see this thing perpetuating over a period of time until His Excellency start to bring in some new breed, new minds, new ideas, so that we can move that country forward. But if you deal with the same old people, they know each other and they're going to fight for each other to retain the position because they want to keep the status quo.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to come up and say that, but sister, we can't go anywhere to look for supplement, brother. You know that. You know that. It's not like here where we work in other areas and we do that. When I worked for the AG's office, we went somewhere else, picked money from there for our community revitalization purposes. You see, so you can't do that. The money that people pay through fines and all that stuff through the consumer department, when you fine people because of uh, irregularities with consumers, they pay that money and go into a special coffers. That way, you go when you need some petty cash or something to implement. Then you go there. They will tell you, say, okay, we'll give you so much money, but you got to make the case for it, and then you have to be accountable to that.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's hear from you, and then Terry can take on. Rescue 2 can take on tonight.
I agree with what my brother Moses was saying, but I was just trying to get people to think outside of the box, So, like right now, what we're dealing with a budget crunch, right? In Minneapolis, we had last year we had $100 million budget crisis. We had to cut this year. We got to $75 million budget deficit. We had to cut coming into fiscal year 2026, right? And what we had to do was we had to make some hard choices. My professional development as director, where I go to conferences, National Council of the Supervisors of Mathematics, National Councils of the Teachers of Mathematics, all of that, I had to cut it down because now we have the READ Act, which is a law passed to support literacy. We had to find money places to put there to support that. So my $10,000 travel budget as a director got cut down to zero, right? Because that money had to go over there, right? And then my executive director comes to me and say, it's easy. We need more money. Where can you look in all of your budgets with your science and math and curriculums? Because we need to fund 2 more positions in another department that we really need is critical. Right? I had to go back and say, I can do without these many workbooks. I know I was building surplus for workbook, but I can do without those. My team can do without this, right? So some of those things like the gas coupon that you get, for example, in some ministries, maybe you can cut down on the travel of some of your folks, right? And say, okay, maybe we don't travel as much. Maybe that gas coupon can be liquidated and thrown over to this other group because they need it. For example, if we're dealing with these kids that have the mental health issue of drug addiction, maybe they need more money, right? And so maybe that extra travel, if you are going somewhere 5 times a week to observe a project to make sure that they are up to code, maybe you go twice a week. You save that money, and so those are the things I'm looking at. But I think we can be creative in Liberia. And my point here is that I know there are people who have that mindset. I don't believe that being combative about it and calling people out will get you anything. I think you have to cajole people. You got to tell them the reason, the rationale, and the why that you need it. And I think, I agree. A lot of the government money goes towards, salary. But the little piece that's left over, I think when folks realize that the money is for the Liberian people, and it's not for defense ministry, it's not for agricultural ministry, it's not for health ministry, that whatever amplifies and serves the most public good should be where public dollars should go. I think folks will do a lot better than that. We have meager resources, so we have to be adept. We have to be able to be lean and slim and be able to be collaborative. If the education ministry is going somewhere, and the justice ministry has to be there also, the education has to be there also, is there a way they can just form a team and not everybody go on their own and carpool and save some money for another ministry or another agency? I'm just thinking outside of the box. But I know it's government. Stuff is a little bit more difficult than some of us think. I'm just thinking within my own, the way I work in my own area, leading people, maybe that might make some sense. It might not make sense in government. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Yeah. My brother Ricky out there, chair you, and Thomas out there.
Thank you. I think they are lean and all that. I don't think I fed up guy, not lean. So try your own. Yeah, I'm fitting your lean and mean government. So Terry, take us home. Take us home, my brother.
Yeah, so Liberal, if you look at the reason I say these things is because if you look at the budget, right, there are places that more money is being deposited that have no real impact on the society. Look at the budget very well. Then you will know that these people are saving money for elections 2029. And Unity Party is on that election because if they lose that election, that means a great failure for them, especially to CDC. I was surprised that the Unity Party chairman was asked the question, what do you think about CMC, the new upcoming party? He said they are helping verb.
Pastor Chicken, they put a happy verb.
The man said there is only two political parties in the entire country, and that is Unity Party and CDC. So that they don't appear on Punch FM. He said he don't agree with that thing. He got a serious problem with that statement. But what you going at with anything? So these guys already are preparing for 2029. And the budget will tell you exactly when people are straining in areas like education, in areas like healthcare, for monies, and you see they advocating for money to go in those areas to solve major problems, DEA, and monies are not channeled there. Then you need to ask yourself, where look in the budget and see which line item carry more weight and what the entity is really doing. Then you will understand where the money going. You see, so I think we have misplaced priorities, and what senior brother said, if we can just put money where money belongs, Liberia will be a different place in the next 4 to 6 years. Thank you, Liberia, for the show.
Thank you, guys. We went over by 15 minutes, which is okay. Thank you, guys.
Very Mr. Simple, we're going to close.
You finish? The man finish. The man
Anthony?
Yeah, you finish. You're closing. Any man boy call me.
Libra, me just made one point, please. I beg you.
You're not boy call me again.
No,
At the boat chair, you know that, right? I am the boat chair. I am the boat chair. You know that, right?
No, I know no other boat chair but you.
Thank you.
Until the CEO comes.
He ain't got nothing to say. Like Tabata, he started last night. Everybody.
Remember, you tell loyalty all like Donald Trump. He said,
No, but man, the man can't cut the step and show last night. Can't say you boy. Then he thinks he a true sinner. Big yeah.
But on a serious note, Libra, I remember I was a young man, and when there was a reshuffle. Well, they're not reshuffling, but they had appointed a new person to take over the police department in the administrative position. And he was the assistant director for administration at the police department. One thing he implemented to find out where waste was? He told the pay master of the controller of the police department, this simple thing, he told the controller, if the person does not come or you don't see a signature for the check, don't give the check to anyone to take to another person. And in 4 months, what they realized at the police department, over $750,000 in ghost checked.
Wow.
Yes. We're talking about I think that was around 1978, 79 when this happened. That's all he did with the police folks. There were people who were no longer working, who were receiving checks, and other people were taking the checks and cashing it. All he had to do, he said, everybody needs to sign for their check. I don't care where they work, make sure that the commander there, make sure that the people sign for their checks. In 4 months, they realized well over $750,000. Those people didn't come to sign for that check at all. No one signed for the check. Because if you sign for the check, your ID, your name, and everything would be recorded. Who took the check? And everybody was afraid to sign for the check after that.
Wow.
People who were receiving the check prior to. So there are ways that you can do this, like Sissy was saying, but we need to have seasoned administrators. The technocrats are there to do the job, but you need people with administrative background to really run. And what I see is that, as a minister proper, you are the chief administrator for the department. You provide the resources for the technocrats operation to go on. And you have to listen to your people on where the money, where you need your money spent. So you're in an administrative position to provide the resources for your people to be effective and efficient in their duties.
Thank you.
That's all I wanted to add.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Sise, thank you very much. Terry and Mr. Mose, thank you guys very much. We appreciate it. Please, I think I'm going to be coming on again tomorrow. I'm not too sure the CEO is going to be coming on, but I'll be on again tomorrow. So please join me and let's have fun together. With that, I'll say good night to all of you. Thank you very much. Again, folks, Samson Tour, we're going over for about 20 minutes, but that's what we do here on this show. We say good night to all of you. We love having all of you here again. Thank you very much. And please join me tomorrow so that we will have some more conversation. If the CEO is not coming on, the Liberal will be here. But if the CEO come on, the Liberal will still be. I'm going to be the counterweight on this show here. I think Tabata, you're talking last night, and I'm both here, you both here. No talent not needed. Maestro, thank you very much, Fatuma. All of you, Anthony Gay, senior guys, thank you. I really, really do appreciate all of you joining us. Sometimes we can talk about that, but sometimes we can talk some serious stuff. That's what I like this young man to join me from time, because he brings the best out of all of us most of the time. Terry and myself, when we get together, forget it. We're not here to take prisoner. But on a very serious note, it was a beautiful, beautiful show tonight. I want to say thanks to Cece. I want to say thanks to Mark Kotu. I want to say thanks to Terry. I want to say thanks to Mose for joining me tonight. With that, please tune in Saturday morning, very early in the morning, 9 o'clock here. My time will be 12 o'clock your time in the East Coast. And so I will do the entire process. I hope I'm going to contact the people at the Ministry of Public Works to see if they can join me. If not, I will talk my own. Okay, I will contact the people at the Ministry of Public Works to see who they will be able to bring on my show to have that discussion. Now, if I contact them and they say, yeah, I will come, but I'm not ready yet, give me time, then I will postpone it because I want them to be part of the conversation. Okay, with that, we'll say thank you very much, and please join me again tomorrow or Thursday for sure. Good night, folks.
Italie, Dieu Seigneur, à ça. Rachel de Kibo, je adé. Oh, après Gogo, Yaliwa, Bagno, Yalia pour la femme. Avec Gogo, Yali. Avec Gogo, Yali, Stéphane Soko. I'm a miracle, Yaliva. Stefan Soko, ya Bravo. Aya, Gogo, Yaliva. I'm an America, Sawa. I'm America, very Papa, I don't you get by your secret. I'm a pie. We are Gogo, Yali. I live by your Bravo. Hey, oh, Taba Sister, I am very Paka. Taba Sister, I am very. Why, I didn't know you for a problem. I mean,